Hello and welcome to The Convo. My name is Ashley and I'm a licensed clinician. Convos with Ash is a place where we come to discuss topics involving mental health, lifestyle, and everything in between. Today's topic of discussion is the do's and don'ts when communicating effectively. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Don't number one is dwelling on the past. Once an issue has been resolved and once both parties have agreed to move on from it, try not to continuously bring it up in future arguments, future discussions, conversations. Do stick to the future. Try to start off with a clean slate without bringing the past to the future. Don't number two, don't monopolize the conversation. Have a dialogue. Allow both parties to speak and contribute to the conversation. Do, if you find yourself in a conversation with someone that's not contributing much, ask them questions, provide feedback, ask them for feedback. That way you can get the dialogue going. Don't number three, giving the silent treatment. Effective communication isn't really effective if one party is being silent while the other party is monopolizing the conversation. Both parties should be equal contributors, and if one party is not really communicating, the other party should try to encourage them to do so. Don't number four, don't say whatever comes to mind. Have common courtesy. You may have to edit some of the things that you say prior to saying them. That way you don't hurt the other person's feelings or cause further conflict in the relationship. Don't engage in yes but behaviors, meaning, yes, I apologize, but I still didn't like when you did that to me. That really defeats the purpose. Own your feelings, own your emotions, take accountability. Try to understand the other person's point of view. You don't necessarily have to agree, but at least if you attempt to understand, you can keep the dialogue going in a positive direction. Don't number six is cross-complaining. Essentially, cross-complaining is when we're discussing an issue that I have with you. In that conversation, you bring up an issue that you have with me, which makes for a very unproductive conversation. Try to have an agenda when communicating. Oftentimes, having an agenda, even if it's a mental agenda, that will help you stay on track during the conversation. Stay on track meaning stay on the topic at hand instead of bringing in baggage from previous arguments. Don't number seven is interrupting. Interrupting can just cause the conversation to go downhill very quickly. Do try to wait for natural gaps during the conversation or breaks in the conversation before you interject. Don't number eight, overgeneralizing or catastrophizing things, meaning you always do this or you never do that. That's overgeneralizing. Try to stay on the topic at hand instead of lumping every issue or every challenge into one. That'll help for a meaningful and effective, efficient conversation. Don't number nine, lecturing and preaching. Instead of lecturing and preaching to the individual that you're communicating with, try to keep your points concise, straightforward, and to the point. Tip number 10, sarcasm. Sarcasm can be overall unproductive, and it can also be a sign of disrespect for the individual that you're communicating with. Try to show respect and understanding by listening to the other person's point of view without including sarcasm. Don't number 11, not making eye contact. This makes a world of a difference when communicating. By making eye contact, you're showing that you're engaged, you're invested, you're involved in the conversation. And don't number 12, being a mind reader. You want to avoid being a mind reader and telling folks that you know how they feel. You know what they meant. You know what they're thinking. Oftentimes, when we try to read minds, we're wrong. Instead, try asking or providing feedback, getting clarification, making sure you understood the message correctly. That way, everyone's on the same page. Well, guys, those were the do's and don'ts of communicating effectively. I hope you found these items helpful, and I hope they will assist you on your road to healthier communication. If you like this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you tuning in for Convos with Ash, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.